Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're trying something a little different.
That's right. Something microscopic, really.
Usually, we get these huge stacks of research, white papers. But today,
Our entire source material is a single piece of text. It's incredibly concise from a company called iSmartTinting.
and our mission here is to see if we can prove that even one sentence, if it's packed with enough intent, can give us a full strategic blueprint.
Exact. We're not digging into the tech itself, but the messaging, the story they're telling.
It's an exercise in deconstruction. We're going to try and pull out the core identity, the value proposition, and the market scope from just a handful of words.
Because every word here feels deliberate, and the first piece of the puzzle is, well, it's right there in the name.
iSmartTinting.
iSmartTinting. You immediately get two things. The service is obviously tinting.
Can't miss that part.
But that prefix, the I, that little letter, is doing a ton of work strategically.
Okay, so let's start there. The EKI prefix. I mean, that feels like it was everywhere in tech maybe a decade ago. Is that still effective? Or is it a bit of a misstep?
Well, I think it's a very calculated choice. It might feel a little, ubiquitous now.
A bit dated, maybe.
It could be, but for this specific market, it still carries these really essential ideas of integration, intelligence, modern solutions.
It's a signal.
It's a signal. It's saying we are not using old school methods or materials. It immediately positions them above a competitor who might just be, a basic installer. It sets an expectation.
An expectation of advanced technology, of a better product.
Of smart deployment of high-tech materials, right.
So it's a shortcut for quality and reliability. That makes sense, but this is where the messaging gets, for me, really interesting. The relationship they claim.
Yes.
They don't call themselves a service or a vendor or an installer. The text says, iSmartTinting your partner.
And that is such a fundamental shift in perception, especially if you're thinking about the business-to-business space. Well, if you're a vendor, the relationship is transactional. I pay you, you install some film, we're done.
Right, it's a one-off.
But calling yourself a partner, that elevates the whole thing into a collaborative agreement. It's ongoing.
Doesn't that raise the stakes, a lot? If you're my partner, you have some skin in the game, you're responsible for the long-term outcome.
It does.
Is that just marketing fluff? Or does it imply a real commitment? Things like extended warranties, maintenance, stuff a simple vendor would just walk away from?
It has to imply that. It's a high-stakes claim, but it's probably essential for their credibility. Think about the commercial market we'll get to later.
Okay.
If a company is outfitting an entire corporate campus with solar control film, they don't want a contractor they'll never see again.
No, they want someone who will be there in 5 years if something goes wrong.
They want a long-term partner who stands behind the product for maybe decades. This promise, this partnership is how they land those huge high-value contracts. They're selling trust.
Not just film.
Not just film.
That completely reframes the cost. You're not just paying for a product, you're investing in long-term support. Okay, so we have who they are and the relationship. What's the goal of this partnership?
The text gives us that right away. The goal is creating comfortable and stylish spaces.
And that duality is fascinating. They're hitting two completely different motivations at the same time.
Absolutely. They're talking to both the practical side of your brain and the aspirational side. Let's take the first one, comfortable.
That's the function, the utility, the stuff you can actually measure.
Right. And in the world of tinting, comfort means very real, tangible things.
You're blocking UV rays, you're cutting down glare on screens.
And the big one, temperature control, heat rejection.
Which connects directly to money.
Directly to economic efficiency. This is where it gets really deep. When they sell comfort, what they're actually selling is a capital improvement.
How do you mean?
If you can reduce the solar heat gain in a big office building by, say, 30%, you are massively cutting the cost of running your air conditioning system.
So the comfort you feel, that reduction in temperature, has a clear, justifiable return on investment.
Precisely. That's the pitch to the CFO, the numbers guy.
Okay, so you buy the function to save money and make your employees happier. That's the practical metric. But they don't stop there. They pair it with stylish.
And that's the aspirational part, the emotional driver.
This is for the designer, the architect, the person who cares about the look of the thing.
Because in today's market, utility by itself is almost never enough. The solution has to look good. It has to fit the aesthetic. Stylish means this product actually enhances the design of your home or your office.
It's the difference between, a cheap tint job you see on a car that's all bubbly and purple.
Right, it might be blocking heat, but it looks terrible.
Versus a professionally installed film that gives you privacy, blocks the heat, and creates this sleek, modern look for the whole building.
Exactly. They are tapping into this idea that a well-designed, well-tinted space signals quality, it signals modernity, attention to detail.
So for you, the listener, think about how you make buying decisions. You're almost always balancing function and form, right?
And iSmartTinting is making a very clear claim that they deliver on both. You get the functional ROI and you get the aesthetic appeal.
That makes their value proposition really strong. It moves them way past any competitor who's just talking about, heat rejection percentages.
They're selling a premium package, a lifestyle and efficiency upgrade. Which brings us to the next point in their message.
Which is proving they can actually deliver this across a huge range of applications.
Yes. We've covered the what and the why. Now we get to the where.
And the scope they claim is, well, it's incredibly broad. They list 3 markets: home, office, and auto.
And claiming all 3 at once implies a level of expertise that's actually really hard and expensive to maintain.
Let's spend some time on that, because each of those markets is a totally different world.
Completely different, with unique demands, unique products.
Okay, let's start with home, the residential market.
This is personal. The focus here is going to be heavily on comfort, yes, but also privacy.
And aesthetics that have to fit with someone's personal taste, their own design.
And even security. In residential, you often see specialized films like anti-shatter film that holds glass together if it breaks.
Which is a completely different product from what you'd put on a car.
Totally. And the installation is different. You're dealing with all sorts of window sizes in someone's private space. It requires a certain kind of subtle, non-intrusive approach.
Okay, now let's jump from a single house to an entire office building, the commercial market.
The whole game changes. The priorities flip.
The scale just explodes.
Right. Here you're talking about massive sheets of solar control film on huge panes of glass, and the main driver is energy efficiency.
Hitting corporate sustainability goals, maybe getting a green building certification like AB.
Exactly. The installation needs scaffolding, heavy equipment, you're working around a functioning business. The expertise here is all about maximizing ROI and cutting down on peak energy demand for the company.
So a completely different skill set, different materials, different sales pitch.
And then you have the third one, auto.
Vehicular tinting, which has its own entire universe of technical and regulatory problems.
Immense regulatory hurdles. Here, you're not applying film to flat glass, you're applying it to curved glass.
Which requires heat shrinking, precision cutting. It's a real craft.
It is, and the legal part is huge. Car tinting laws can be regulated down to the state, even the city level. They specify the exact percentage of light that has to pass through.
The VLT, visible light transmission.
Right. And a professional company like this must be an expert in compliance. They can't just install a tint that's illegal where the customer lives.
So let's connect all that. You've got 3 different types of materials.
3 totally different installation environments.
And 3 completely separate sets of regulations. You have residential building codes, you have huge commercial energy standards, and you have these hyper-local vehicle laws.
And that implied capability is the real gem of knowledge here. To manage that scope, you need separate supply chains, specialized teams, and a deep knowledge base covering all 3 areas.
It suggests a really significant, complex operation.
It justifies the smart in their name. It proves they have this deep, verified expertise.
And that credibility then feeds right back into their first claim, the partner claim.
How do you see that?
Well, if they can handle the immense complexity of a huge commercial job, they certainly have the professionalism to handle my smaller residential job.
Yes, exactly. It builds massive credibility across all their markets. It communicates that they can scale their expertise up or down.
They're positioning themselves as the complete answer. It doesn't matter if you're tinting your car or your skyscraper.
They're the one-stop shop, the partner for any space.
So we've dissected their identity, the relationship, the dual value prop, and this incredible tri-market scope. And the very last part of this dense little text is the simplest.
It just tells you what to do next.
The call to action.
The call to action. Visit www.iSmartTinting.com for more information. It's efficient, it's clear, it completes the communication loop.
It does. I mean, we just pulled an entire business strategy from what is basically a tagline.
We did.
We learned how they balance the functional benefits, like ROI and comfort, against the aesthetic benefits of style and design.
And we saw that their key differentiator is probably this claimed mastery across home, office, and auto.
The lesson in all of this seems to be about the sheer power of language. when every single word is chosen for a specific strategic reason.
I mean, think about it. They conveyed a commitment to technology with I, a promise of trust with partner, a dual value promise with comfortable and stylish, and their entire market reach.
Home, office, auto.
All in fewer than 15 words.
It really makes you think about eliminating the fluff in our own communication, doesn't it? If a company can articulate its entire mission with this kind of precision.
That's the final thought we want to leave you with. When you're trying to summarize a complex topic or even explain your own work, can you do this?
Can you distill the core functional value, the core aesthetic value, and the full scope of what you do down to this level of brutal economy?
Can you articulate your value that clearly with the fewest words possible?
A deep dive into a simple ad, but the real lesson is about how much knowledge you can transfer when you're incredibly focused.
Always look for the leverage point in the text, no matter how small it seems.
That's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thank you for joining us.
Until next time.